Good morning, WOB Nation. It's 2019 season. It is the end of week one, and we had to bid a fair adieu to our long-standing rival in the league, John McKinnon, our only multi-year winner. And everybody welcome Dylan James. Dylan, say hello to everybody. You don't really meet half the league because, quite frankly, they suck at fantasy football, as you'll very well come to find out. But enough about that, and speaking about sucking, let's get into the new awards, weekly awards. This year's theme is pro wrestling, superstars, and duds. And so let's go ahead and get started with week one. First award, the Mankind just getting bloody, getting destroyed, tables, chairs, off of a ring, tacks, blood everywhere. Joseph getting destroyed, 106.4 points by Brian. Very reminiscent of last year, so this didn't surprise me very much. Next up, the Psycho Sid. That goes to the worst performance of the week, and that is Jason. 60.3 points just coming out there. I gave you the Commissioner's Award. I thought you had a great draft. Apparently you didn't, so why don't you transfer that $25 over to Brian, who actually deserves it, not you. Next up, the Revolting Blob, the worst sit of the week. And that goes to, Ciroc. And I know Hollywood Brown, he's a rookie. Maybe you would never have started him. But if you would have, it wouldn't have come down to me and you Monday night, blow versus blow. Such a close match. And you wouldn't have had your, in your words, quote unquote, angry black man moment against Kenny. So maybe you should have started Hollywood Brown. Next award, there's no one this week, but a preview. This is for 4 losses in a row or more, and that is going to be the Brooklyn Brawler Award. Again, nothing this week. Next up, maybe our most controversial weekly award. This is the Owen Hart. It ended before it even started. 0 or negative points. For those who don't know, Owen Hart fell from the rafters into the ring, died before a match. It's quite tragic, but also dark humor. So, the first award goes to me for Trey Burton. Next, Dylan for Jags D. New John for Matt Bryan and Philly D. And finally, Lee for Pitt D. And Dylan, maybe you should think twice about starting a defense against a top offense in the league, but who am I? I'm only a former league champ. Next up is the closest match. Came down to the final minute, blow by blow, epic proportions of the week. And that's the WrestleMania 3 award, and that goes to myself over Ciroc, of 1.3 point win. Again, for those of you who weren't paying attention on the chat, which is most of you, because I apparently have something better to do Monday night than listen to me and Ciroc go back and forth with gifts. But, what can I say? I came out on top. Next is the most surprising win, and this is going to be called the David Arquette this year. Those you remember, David Arquette was actually a WWE champion. Crazy enough, yeah. And so that goes to Kyle over Cruiser, not because either of your teams are particularly good. It's just that, Kyle, you usually suck, and you made a bad sit move. So surprising you pulled that one out. Next up, this is going to be for the player with the most points for the week. This is the John Cena, just pulling out all the stops. You don't see me. Ben, Sammy Watkins with 51.8 points. All the way over in Italy, you pulled out a win, while the Italians, well, they think less of Americans because of you. So thank you. Really appreciate that you're ruining our culture abroad. You're a great representation of our country, Ben. Next, The Undertaker. That's going to be for the longest streak, and there's no one this week because everybody only has one. So with 4 more wins in a row, they get The Undertaker coming up later in this season. And finally, the biggest award of the week, $25. The biggest performance, just a massive, massive man. The Andre the Giant Award goes to, I think, probably our smallest league member, Brian. Funny how that works out. Brian, 183.3 points. Congratulations on winning week 1. $25 coming to you via Venmo very shortly. Now, week 2 previews. First up, the Toilet Bowl. Who was the worst match next week? And I think that's very obviously Joseph versus Cruiser. Just two awful teams perennially now since Joseph been in the league 2 years. The game of the week is going to be a tough one. But I'm not going to pull favorites. I'm not going to be a homer. I'm going to actually go Kenny versus New John next week and find the upset special. I'm feeling it. First year in the league. I'm feeling the first win. Dylan over Brian next week. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. Good luck on the waiver wire. And I will see you all later.